Damond is out here being sloppy as hell, and now because of that, it's all starting to catch up with him. So we see Goddess, and she is kind of starting to wonder what the hell Damond's up to because he's going back and forth between staying with her, and he says he's staying with his cousin's house, which low key, I think when he says cousin, he means Bonita. And meanwhile, Bonita's all pissed off, like she doesn't even know where she stands with Damond because it's been a few weeks. She's barely seen the man since he's been out of prison. If that was her, I would take that as a sign that he's just out here being a little hoe. So Bonita decides to take her daughter to go meet up with Damond so they can go to the skating rink. And I guess it's the daughter's birthday, so she has some of her friends coming. So Bonita was like, okay, so who all is going to be there at this party? And the daughter starts listing off all her friends, and she's like, yeah, Zoe's gonna be there. As soon as she said Zoe, Bonita's eyes perked right up. She's like, Zoe? Who the heck is Zoe? Bonita claims that she knows every single kid in her daughter's class of like 25 people. So she's like, I know for sure Zoe is not in her class. So who is Zoe? I don't know. I hate pointing out every single time I feel like something's fishy, but I kind of just feel like at this part, this was like a setup. Like the producers are trying to find a way to catch Damon and told Bonita to question the Zoe girl. Because how do you know the name of every kid in your daughter's class? Like, I know probably like half the kids in my daughter's class because she comes home talking about them every day. But I know if she names an extra name, it's not going to automatically raise red flags to me because that may just be someone she hasn't mentioned before. But for Bonita, she's all over it. She's like, Zoe, there has to be something going on because I know you don't know no Zoe. I guess Bonita tried to pull up at Damon's mom's house. She tried to pull up a few other places. She didn't see Damon's car at any of those places. Then she pulls up at the skating rink. She doesn't see Damon's car there, but she sees Damon. So she's trying to figure out where the heck Damon's car is and where it's being stored at. And she walks up to Damon and she's like, I'm trying to figure out who the hell Zoe is. I think deep down she thinks that Zoe is like another girl that he's messing with, not actually the girl that he's messing with's child. So she's demanding to know who Zoe is. And of course, Damon, he is just such a bad liar. He doesn't have a good answer. He's sitting there stuttering over his words. And for Bonita, that's enough of an answer for her that she knows that he's trying to cover something up. So she starts walking off. He's trying to hold on to her, grab her from behind. He's like, wait, please. She's like, I ain't trying to hear all that. He's like, let me talk to you. She's like, I'm tired of you talking because it's all BS. I need you to show me something. And that's what I'm saying. He's always trying to say something. He needs to show with his actions because his words are not following up with his actions. And Bonita jumps in his car and he's trying to keep up with her. He's trying to beat on her window, trying to get her to open up the window, open up the door. She's not having it. And she starts driving off and he don't know what to do. So his ass jumps on one of those green scooters. And you got to put the little credit card and hook it up to the app to get it going. I don't think Damon's ever drove one of these scooters before because I think he thought he could just get on it and go. He's sitting there trying to kickstart it to his best ability, and it was a straight struggle bus. He was struggling there to keep up with Bonita. He tried to take it like a block or two, and he's like, no, this is too much energy being exerted. I don't got time for this. So he brought his little green scooter back. I was cracking up laughing because when I was younger, I used to love that meme of Kermit the Frog riding his scooter and it said, on my way to F your bitch. And that's exactly what I thought when I saw Damon riding off in this scooter. I thought exactly like Kermit the Frog. After Bonita drove off, she's like, I just feel like something's going on. Let me go pull back up in front of the skating rink. And she's sitting there. And Damon goes inside and he's talking to Goddess. And Goddess is like, yeah, I'm out front. And Damon's like, oh, shit. That's just where Bonita was. Which I don't get it. Like, that should be player code 101 to never have your two side pieces or your main girl and your side piece meeting up in the same place. You shouldn't even have them in the same town at the same time. But here he is freaking out because he thinks they're about to bump into each other. So he told Goddess that she needs to go around the back and come into the back. And he's telling his parents to go meet Goddess in the back while he handles Bonita in the front. I'm like, this is too messy. Like, Damon already has some balls to be bringing these two women's kids around each other and thinking that the kids aren't going to go run back and tell their mama. And if they're not going to do it now, they're going to do it a few years from now when they can talk more clearly and are able to say exactly like what happened and what they dealt with on a day-to-day basis. But anyways, Bonita knows something's up. She sees some woman just sitting in a car next to her, and she's like, okay, that's fishy. Right when Damond wants to rush me out the door, suddenly there's a woman over there. So I think she's thinking deep down, is that Zoe right there? So she decides to take a break from smoking her blunt. She jumps up out the car, she runs inside, and she walks up to Damond. And Damond was trying to tell his parents to handle Bonita and make sure she doesn't come back again. Like, come on, man. That needs to be you handling Bonita. You cannot be putting all this on your parents. And his parents are some clowns for sitting there and enabling that behavior and helping him hide his cheating ways. Like, if I was his mom, I would just put my hands up, take a step back, and be like, you know what? This is the mess you chose, so this is what you're going to deal with. Then Damond decides to go check out some skates, and while he's getting his skates, Gigi calls and she's like, hey, I'm out in the back. And he's like, oh shit, you can't be in the back. I need you to pull around the front. And she's all confused, but Gigi seems like a little bit more naive than Bonita, so she's really not questioning things, but she's trying to get directions on like where exactly she needs to go and where Damond wants her. And Damond's trying to give her directions. He's like, you gotta take a left, you gotta take a right. And Bonita knew something was up, so she walked her happy ass back inside that skating rink, and she walks up to Damond as he's on the phone with Goddess, and he has Goddess on speakerphone, and he's giving her directions like, oh yeah, pull up in the front. And Bonita knew right then and there that all her suspicions were correct, that everything that she has been thinking, that Damond has had another woman, has came to fruition, and she has been 100% spot on. I thought she grabbed Damond's phone and snatched his phone and walked off for a sec, and I really wish she would have, because I was hoping she would have snatched his phone and then been like, hey, you talking to Bonita now? Yeah, so pull up in the front. And then I was hoping she was going to be waiting in the front for Goddess when she pulled up. That's what I would have done if that was Bonita. But she just got mad and she decided to walk off and left the skating rink as a whole because she had all the answers she needed at that point. And then Goddess walked in and she has no idea what's going on. She thinks that they're just about to have a happy family day celebrating Damond's kid's birthday. She's out there skating in the skating rink. And meanwhile, Damond, his mother has to take him aside. She's like, look, son, I raised you better than this. This is too much. But this is the conversation that she should have been having with him from the jump when he first came to her with this whole plan that he wanted to help juggle all these women. She should have told him from the jump instead of helping him hide these women from each other. You should have had nothing to do with it from the beginning. Your hand should have stayed clean and out of this. But now that it's all stressful and she realizes that he's about to get caught, which means that she's going to get caught up too, because it's going to be obvious that she's helping Damond and so is his stepfather. Now she don't want no parts of it. And she told Damond that he's got to sit Goddess down and tell her the truth. She's like, look, if you don't tell her the truth today, then I'm going to tell her. And I really hope that if Damond doesn't tell her the truth, that she does at least have enough respect for the situation to let her know what's going on so she can make the conscious decision if she wants to continue moving forward like this. But like I've said in my past videos, it seems like Goddess don't really care. Like, she might be upset for a moment, but obviously it's not enough for her to hold a grudge against Damond, because she's still with Damond to this day. I mean, they go live with it on TikTok with each other all the time. He just made a video that we covered in a past video where he was just with Bonita 2-3 weeks ago, and they took a girl home from the club and had a threesome. Then a few days later he was with Goddess. So it seems like Goddess is perfectly content in this little love triangle at this point. Like, she might get a little upset, but it's not enough for her to leave, it seems like. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about Damond and him being all sloppy when it comes to juggling these women in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching.